recent movies I've watched lately, and yeah, hope and maybe recommend some good movies for you guys. But I'm sure you guys have seen the mainstream, the big movies in cinemas. They're probably pretty big, and but yeah. So I have a few movies that I watched a movie last night, especially, and then there are movies that are quite old, but I like them as well. Yeah. And I got tea with me. It's milk tea with rooibos. Still kind of warm. And this is my favorite snack right now. It's hot and spicy Pringles. Okay, so the movie I watched last night was The Sea of Trees. It was starred by Matthew McConaughey and Naomi Watts, and it was a movie set in Japan. A movie set in Japan, and the Suicide Forest. I don't know if you guys know. And it's not a scary movie like The Forest. That movie in the end, it was actually quite scary. I couldn't sleep. But this movie has a warm-hearted human relation. Like it's the interest in human interest, and it's about a couple. I'm giving you spoilers, so but it's okay. It's about a couple. They argue quite a lot, and they have a horrible relationship. They're very, their fights are very intense, and lots of guilt and involved, and the lady is feeling bad about herself, and yeah, and that's the couple's life, and but so the story starts with this guy. He goes to the forest and he intends to kill himself in a good place, in a nice place, not at home or something. And he bumped into this other guy, and he is Japanese, and he has a family and all that. And then watch the movie yourself. I won't say too much. I've said a lot of spoiled a lot already, but I won't say too much. And yeah, it was a good movie. And the other movie that I saw that I've watched it a lot of times is X-Men: The Apocalypse. I really loved it, especially Jean Grey. Wow, like she's pretty cool. Like I love how they set the scene. Like when she was gonna do her Phoenix, Dark Phoenix thing, and I loved how they developed it, and it's fine. So it's about this almighty being, not being, sorry, a mutant, the all-powerful mutant, and he was from the Egyptian era. He he can transform his consciousness to another person, and that's how he lived for a very long time. And I don't know how he ended up with the same body for hundreds and thousands of years later, but he did. And he started collecting his disciples. That's like the four horsemen. And one was Storm. One of it was Storm, and the others were, you've probably seen them in the first view. Although it was the origin of it was before the other X-Men movies. But it was still, yeah, you've seen them in the other movies. And Professor Xavier is in danger, and the other X-Men had to save him. So did Magneto. He also saved him. Saved Xavier, and it's a lot about the movies. You know, the X-Men. It's about the effects, the visual effects, and that was a good movie. I think you guys would really enjoy it. I think Jean Grey she is the strongest. I've researched on it. She is the strongest mutant, and the second was Storm, I think. Yeah, but the powers are unlimited. Yeah. And another movie I watched is Now You See Me 2, with Daniel Radcliffe and the main character's name. I don't remember. But yeah. So it was quite clever, I have to say. And Woody Harrelson was in there. He was he had a brother actually, and then they're just quite clever that you don't know which one who was fooling who. Like in the end you found out, of course, but you don't know. They always seem but you end up because of the eye, and you end up seeing them, you know, ahead of the game, 3 steps ahead of the game, and they made it to 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 humiliate the other bad guys. So it was fun seeing Daniel Radcliffe as a bad guy. I've heard that he makes interesting choices about making movies. Yeah. And I think that's quite clever of the main character's name as well. I don't remember his name, but yeah, it's fine. And then another movie I saw is The Nice Guys, and it was quite a funny movie. Um, 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 a funny movie. It was Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling, and I love Russell Crowe. He's a really good. I just love his personality, you know. And it's just like his eyes are like this. And he's got some kind of sympathy, empathy, that kind of feeling, you know. It's quite interesting. And he's actually a hardworking person, you can just tell. And yeah, it's quite funny. It's about is Deadpool. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It was quite big on Valentine's Day. The movie, it's quite cool, like how they make those scenes at first. It was all still. And and it was just he it's about, it was quite, you know, cruel, or what's the other word for it? Yeah, cruel, like of how he was in the lab and he was being tested and being insulted and all kinds of, you know, just bad stuff. And while he got cheated to be in there, while he thought, you know, he got